I know this question might be hard to admit, but it's important. When's the last time you actually woke up with morning wood? For a lot of men, it just doesn't happen like it used to back in your 20s and 30s. And this matters more than you think. Your morning erections are the first real signal that things are changing. Your circulation's slowing down, testosterone's falling, and with it goes your sensitivity and your drive. But age isn't the only reason. So what does morning wood really mean? It's your body's way of saying everything's working right. And if that's not happening for you anymore, here's what changes everything. Nature already gave us what we need to get that whole system running like it should again. What is it? Simple powders you take right before bed that wake up your body overnight when it's naturally repairing and getting ready for the next day. I'm really glad you're watching this. I'm going to walk you through 4 of the most powerful natural powders, how to actually use them, and when to take them so you can get back that strength you had at 30. I'm not joking. This is something you don't have to give up just because you're getting older. I'm Dr. Elizabeth Rains. Tell me your age below. Hit subscribe. Let's get this back. Before we dive into which powders work best, let's talk about why the timing of when you take them makes all the difference. Here's what happens every night while you're asleep. Your body shifts into full restoration mode. Hormones get rebuilt. Blood vessels repair themselves. Tissues regenerate. And all of this happens most intensely during deep sleep cycles. Testosterone production, for example, surges during REM sleep, reaching its peak levels in the early morning hours. That's not random. Your body is programmed to restore what got depleted during the day. When you provide specific nutrients right before bed, you're essentially loading your system with exactly what it needs during these repair hours. You're not forcing anything unnatural. You're fueling a process that's already built into your biology. Powders work particularly well for this because they're rapidly absorbed compared to pills or food. They dissolve quickly, enter your bloodstream faster, and don't sit heavy in your stomach, disrupting sleep. Mix them into something warm, and they become even more effective. The warmth relaxes your nervous system, while the nutrients go to work overnight, quietly rebuilding what age and stress have been breaking down. Now let's look at what actually works. The first powder, and one of the most powerful for restoring male vitality, is Tongkat Ali, sometimes called Malaysian ginseng. This root has been used for centuries throughout Southeast Asia, where men relied on it to maintain strength, drive, and performance well into older age. And modern research is finally catching up to what traditional healers already knew. Here's what makes Tongkat Ali so effective. It doesn't just increase your total testosterone. It works on something even more important, free testosterone, the form your body can actually use. Most testosterone in your blood is bound to proteins and can't do anything. It's locked up, unavailable. Tongkat Ali reduces the protein that binds testosterone, freeing it up so your body can put it to work immediately. Studies show men taking Tongkat Ali see free testosterone increase by as much as 37% within weeks. That's dramatic. And at the same time, it lowers cortisol, the stress hormone that directly blocks testosterone production. So you're getting a double benefit. Testosterone goes up while stress hormones come down. Your body finally has room to produce and use the hormones it needs. But the benefits go beyond hormones. Men who use Tongkat Ali regularly report stronger desire, better energy throughout the day, and noticeably firmer morning erections. It's like your body remembers what it used to do automatically. The best way to take it is simple. Mix about half a teaspoon of Tongkat Ali powder into warm water or milk before bed. The taste is slightly bitter and earthy, but not unpleasant. Some men add a touch of honey to make it smoother. Within 2 to 3 weeks, most men notice changes. More consistent morning wood, better mood, more drive. This isn't a quick spike. It's your body rebuilding what stress and age have quietly taken away. The second powder is maca root, often called Peruvian ginseng. This root grows high in the Andes Mountains of Peru, where men have relied on it for hundreds of years to restore stamina, fertility, and overall vitality. What makes maca unique is that it doesn't work by directly boosting testosterone levels like Tongkat Ali. Instead, it works on your entire system, improving energy, circulation, and endurance naturally, helping your body perform the way it was designed to, without overstimulation. Men who use maca regularly often describe a noticeable boost in desire. It seems to work on the brain's arousal centers, increasing the signals of interest and excitement. But that's not all. Maca is also known for improving stamina and endurance. That means not just getting firm, but staying firm for longer without the fatigue or loss of focus that can come with age. And perhaps one of the most impressive effects is how maca restores the intensity of climax. Men often say that orgasms feel sharper, stronger, closer to what they experienced in their 20s, bringing back a level of satisfaction they thought was gone forever. Another benefit that's often overlooked is maca's role in supporting prostate health. As men age, the prostate naturally enlarges, putting pressure on the bladder and urethra. That pressure doesn't just affect urination. It also interferes with erections by disrupting blood flow and nerve signals in the pelvic region. Maca nourishes and strengthens pelvic tissues while improving circulation, helping counteract these changes and restore natural morning firmness. The best part is that maca is one of the easiest powders to add to your routine. Its taste is slightly sweet, nutty, and pleasant. Nothing harsh or medicinal. You can mix 1 teaspoon of maca root powder into a smoothie, stir it into warm water, or even sprinkle it over yogurt. Some men enjoy combining it with cocoa or almond milk for a rich, satisfying evening drink. Taken before bed, maca works through the night to fuel your body with nutrients and support healthy blood flow. When used consistently, results build over time. Within a few weeks, many men notice stronger morning erections, more consistent desire throughout the day, and better performance during intimacy. Unlike quick fixes, maca works with your body, training it back toward balance and strength. It's not about forcing an effect. It's about restoring what age and stress have gradually taken away. Sometimes boosting your erection doesn't require complicated steps. I have a popular video on my channel about simple additives you can mix into water that you won't even taste, but they significantly strengthen your erection for intimacy with your partner. And no, I'm not talking about pills. Watch that video after this one. The third powder is beetroot, and if you want better blood flow, this is where you start. Here's why beetroot matters so much for men. Inside every beet is a high concentration of dietary nitrates. When you consume these, your body runs them through a conversion process that produces nitric oxide, and nitric oxide is what makes erections physically possible. It's the chemical signal that tells smooth muscle in your arterial walls to relax and let blood rush through. Without adequate nitric oxide, your arteries stay partially constricted. Blood trickles rather than flows, and erectile tissue, which depends entirely on rapid blood influx to become firm, simply can't fill the way it needs to. Research backs this up consistently. Studies show that men consuming beetroot extract experience measurable improvements in endothelial function, which is the medical term for how well your blood vessels open and close. Better function means better erections. Think of your erectile chambers as balloons that need fast, forceful inflation to work properly. Nitric oxide is what opens the valve. When that valve opens wide, those chambers fill completely and you get the firmness you're looking for. When it barely opens, you get weak, inconsistent results. Athletes figured this out years ago. Distance runners drink beet juice before races because it demonstrably improves oxygen delivery and endurance. The exact biological pathway that helps them perform also helps you maintain firmness during intimacy. But here's what makes beetroot valuable beyond just bedroom performance. It simultaneously supports cardiovascular health. The same mechanisms that improve erectile blood flow also protect your heart, lower blood pressure gradually, and keep arterial walls elastic instead of rigid. For men over 50, these two systems, sexual function and heart health, are intimately connected. Problems in one usually predict problems in the other. Beetroot supports both at once. Taking it is straightforward. Measure out about 1 teaspoon of beetroot powder and stir it thoroughly into warm water, roughly 30 to 40 minutes before you plan to sleep. The warmth makes it more pleasant to drink while helping your body relax. Meanwhile, the nitrates begin their conversion process overnight. By morning, your circulatory system has had hours of enhanced nitric oxide availability. Men who use this consistently, meaning nightly or at least 5 times weekly, typically report noticeable differences within 3 to 4 weeks. Morning erections become more frequent and firmer. Energy improves. Even exercise feels easier because oxygen delivery throughout your body has improved. Make it part of your routine, and you're giving yourself one of the most research-backed, natural tools available for male circulation. The fourth powder worth knowing about is turmeric paired with black pepper, and this combination addresses something most men don't think about: chronic inflammation. Turmeric root contains a compound called curcumin. For thousands of years across Asia, this golden spice has been used medicinally to reduce pain, heal injuries, and maintain vitality into old age. Modern research is now explaining why it worked. Curcumin acts as a potent anti-inflammatory at the cellular level, and here's why that matters specifically for erections. Inflammation is a silent performance killer. When your blood vessels are chronically inflamed, even mildly, their walls become less flexible. They can't expand as fully when arousal signals arrive. This directly limits how much blood can flow into erectile tissue. Inflammation also irritates prostate tissue. As the prostate swells from this irritation, it puts pressure on surrounding structures, the urethra, nerve pathways, and blood vessels that all need to function smoothly for erections to work properly. Beyond that, systemic inflammation drains energy. It makes everything in your body work harder. You feel more tired. Recovery takes longer. And that fatigue translates directly into weaker sexual response. Curcumin targets these inflammatory processes. Research demonstrates it can lower inflammatory markers like C-reactive protein and interleukin-6, both of which correlate with erectile dysfunction when elevated. But there's a catch with turmeric that most people miss. Curcumin on its own has very poor bioavailability. Your digestive system doesn't absorb it well. You could consume large amounts and barely get any into your bloodstream. That's where black pepper becomes essential. Black pepper contains piperine, a compound that dramatically enhances curcumin absorption. Studies show piperine can increase bioavailability by as much as 2,000%. That's not an exaggeration. Without piperine, curcumin mostly passes through unused. With it, your body can actually access the compound's benefits. So the combination matters. Turmeric alone doesn't accomplish much. Turmeric with black pepper becomes genuinely effective. Preparing this is simple and actually quite soothing as an evening ritual. Mix about half a teaspoon of turmeric powder with just a tiny pinch, really just a few granules of black pepper. Stir this into warm milk or warm water. The result is a golden-colored drink with a mild, earthy flavor. Some men add a small amount of honey to smooth out the taste. Sipping this warm before bed helps your nervous system downshift into rest mode. While you sleep, the curcumin circulates through your system, gradually reducing inflammation in blood vessels, calming irritated prostate tissue, and supporting the kind of internal environment where healthy erectile function can return. Now, when you put everything together, the picture becomes clear. If your goal is to wake up with stronger morning wood and better performance, these powders are some of the simplest, most natural tools available. Tongkat Ali frees up testosterone and lowers stress hormones, restoring hormonal balance where it matters most. Maca root supports energy, stamina, and pelvic strength, giving you endurance and sharper sensitivity. Beetroot powder primes your body with nitric oxide, opening arteries and fueling circulation. And turmeric with black pepper reduces inflammation, protects blood vessels, and supports the prostate. You don't need to take all of them at once. In fact, the smartest approach is to begin with one. Try it consistently for a few weeks. Give your body time to respond and pay attention to the changes. Many men notice stronger morning erections, better energy, and more desire within that short time. Over the months, you can rotate or combine these powders depending on your needs and preferences. The key is consistency and patience, because these are not quick fixes. They're long-term allies. Now that you understand these 4 powders, let's talk about what morning erections actually mean and why restoring them matters more than you might think. A morning erection isn't just about sexuality. It's your body's way of running a systems check. When you wake up firm, it confirms several things are working correctly. Your testosterone production happened properly overnight. Your circulatory system is delivering blood efficiently. Your nerve pathways are transmitting signals clearly. And the smooth muscle in your pelvic region is responding as it should. When morning erections start disappearing, it's often the earliest detectable sign that one or more of these systems is declining. Sometimes years before other symptoms show up. Changes in morning firmness give you a heads up that something needs attention. Many men ignore this signal completely. They assume it's just age and nothing can be done. But that assumption costs them years of vitality they could have maintained with relatively simple interventions. If morning wood has become rare or absent for you, it doesn't mean your body has given up. It means your body is asking for specific support it's not currently receiving. That's where these nightly rituals come in. They're not complicated. They don't require prescription medications or invasive treatments. They're just consistent, intelligent support for the processes your body is trying to run every night. Here's what the ritual actually looks like in practice. About 30 to 45 minutes before you plan to sleep, choose one of these powders. Start with just one. Don't try to use all 4 at once. Measure out the recommended amount. Mix it into warm water or warm milk. Find a quiet spot. Sit down. Take a few slow, deep breaths and drink it slowly, not rushed. This isn't just about getting nutrients into your system. It's about creating a signal to yourself and your body that you're prioritizing rest, recovery, and restoration. That psychological component actually matters. Your body responds to consistency and intention. Avoid heavy snacks before bed. They force your digestive system to work hard when it should be resting. Avoid alcohol. It might make you feel sleepy initially, but it disrupts the deep sleep stages where testosterone production peaks and tissue repair happens most effectively. Instead, give your body these concentrated, targeted nutrients that fuel the specific processes involved in maintaining sexual function. As you sleep, everything we talked about happens. If you took Tongkat Ali, it's working to free up bound testosterone and lower stress hormones. If you took Maca, it's nourishing pelvic tissues and supporting stamina. If you took Beetroot, nitric oxide production is ramping up, opening blood vessels throughout your body. If you took turmeric, inflammation is being actively reduced. This doesn't produce instant results. That's not how biology works. But within 2 to 4 weeks of consistent nightly use, most men start noticing real changes. Morning erections begin appearing more frequently. When they do appear, they're firmer, more like what you remember from younger years. Energy during the day improves because sleep quality improves. Desire comes back more naturally instead of feeling forced or absent. After 2 to 3 months of consistency, many men report that morning firmness has become regular again, something they can count on most mornings, rather than hoping for occasionally. And here's what makes this approach powerful. You're not forcing anything artificial. You're not overriding your body's signals with drugs. You're simply providing what your body needs to run its natural restoration processes effectively. Your body already knows how to produce testosterone, generate nitric oxide, maintain nerve sensitivity, and create erections. It's been doing this your entire adult life. It just needs the right fuel and the right environment to keep doing it well as you age. These powders provide that fuel. Consistent sleep provides that environment, and the combination can genuinely restore what you thought was permanently lost. If this information helped you understand something new about your health, hit the like button now. Subscribe to this channel for more evidence-based guidance on men's health after 50. And share this video with someone you know who's dealing with the same challenges. Sometimes the most valuable thing you can give someone is information they